What's good, y'all? Today's episode is sponsored by Hanu Wear, where fashion is in tune with culture. Make sure y'all go to www.hanu.com. Y'all can go ahead and check out their dad hats. They got dope snapbacks, hoodies, t-shirts for men and women. Children going to be included soon. Make sure y'all check it out. Click the link below. And also today is sponsored by Music Media Lounge, where you can catch all your latest hip-hop and reggae. You see me how's that? Make sure y'all go to www.musicmedialounge.com. All right, we good, man. I Talk Gray. We up in here.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good. We got
doing?
my dog Terrence up in here, finally.
How you doing, man? Appreciate you having me, man.
Of course, man.
Appreciate you, dog.
It was a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was been supposed to kind of get this going.
Yeah.
Glad you could finally.
As you can see, man, it's always something, man.
To the money, right?
Yeah, so.
Nah, I feel you, man. I mean, today we talking real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's an important topic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's something that I've always wanted to kind of get into, but following your story, I see you kind of went down the same path that I'm trying to go down. So what made you even get into real estate, first of all, especially because you said you was 9 to 5, right?
Yeah. Well, I got into real estate simply because I just cut to the chase. I wanted to be rich.
Okay.
So I thought that, the way to get rich was, of course, make an honest living, work hard, work overtime if it's available.
Yeah.
So it took a while. And then to me, being rich, being rich is like, it's whatever you make it to be.
Correct.
Right. But, so I thought, okay, it's increments, right? You go from 100,000 to $1 million. So when I made my first 6 figures, I realized I wasn't gonna get no $1 million not working there. So So that's what really made me get in real estate, was the fact that I felt like I wanted to live the best life I can, not just for me but for my family.
For your family.
I forced myself to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my motivation for getting in real estate, though.
Okay, so how important is mindset? Because obviously you was working 9 to 5, and a lot of people working 9 to 5, when they get off, they lazy, they don't like to do nothing. So how did you adjust your mindset to even wanting to go down that route? Because real estate is not as easy as everybody make it seem. You know what I mean?
No, it's not, but it's simple.
Okay.
I always tell people it's simple. To be honest with you, it's not like arithmetic. So. I always just been a hustler, but channeling your mindset, I just remember one day I'm at my place of work, and I don't know, I can't tell you what came over me. I just had this feeling. I used to you could have one earphone in, one out, because you have to be able to listen to the machinery. Correct. That's around or whatever, and something just told me, hey man, get into start reading books.
Okay.
Like, that's the first thing. Something just say, just start reading books. And so I started listening to audio books. And once I heard those books, I realized that that I had a lot in common with the books that I was reading. But,
your mindset.
Yeah, but
okay.
I realized you can't see the picture when you're in a frame. Like, I don't know what everybody else see in me. I just only can be myself. Okay. So I can't tell when you could say, man, Terrence being an asshole, but I don't know I'm being an asshole because I'm being Terrence.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
You being authentic.
Yeah, so I'm just being me. So once I seen it from another lens, like I was able to read someone else's story, I was like, damn, I have some of those same qualities, or that's the way I think. Yeah. Or I'm like, damn, I used to think like that, but I don't think like that now because the environment that I'm in made me think this way. Correct. Does that make sense?
No, I get what you're saying, because environment is key.
Yeah, so that's what made me, like, as far as mindset, I knew I had to get that down pat. And then I read an article on the Forbes that said that billionaires, millionaires, they do a lot of exercising and running. So that's what I started doing. Okay. And I called it like me time. Like, if I got into an argument with the wifey or anybody, if I wasn't really having the day that I felt like I should have, I won't call it a bad day, but the day didn't go the way I thought it should go. Yeah. I would just take my energy out on running. I just started running 2 miles, 3 miles, and all of a sudden I started running like half marathons. Okay. 5K? Way more than that, man. I used to do like 7 miles. I used to do like 20 to 30 miles a week. Straight running.
That's what's up, yo. Because a lot of people don't realize how important health is, even when you're trying to get into doing your own thing? Because at the end of the day, if your health ain't up to par, then you can't really be effective in what you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just started practicing what the rich do. To be honest with you, I just started practicing some of the characteristics. So, and I don't want this to sound corny, but it was like little small things. It was like little tedious things that people don't pay attention to, that people are like, oh, that's not a big deal, but to me it was a big deal. One of those things, like, growing up in the hood, because I didn't have to, I knew people that was on food stamps, obviously, right?
Okay.
So what I would do is, like, what some other people would do, I was like, hey, I got $100 if you give me $200 of your food stamps. Okay. So it's like little stuff like that I cut out, because I realized that's not what a millionaire would do.
Okay.
A millionaire won't be buying no food stamps from nobody. Because you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, of course, you will have the people, oh, you don't know what millionaire. I tell people all the time, don't tell me what millionaires do, because, I'm in that realm now, and a lot of them are my friends. And then it was not of a story I listened to that said I once bought food stamps. That's not the way that side of the track do it. So I just cut out little stuff like that.
You were just trying to follow patterns of success.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So what avenue in real estate are you? Are you holding and flipping? Are you wholesaling? What you doing?
No, I'm not a wholesaler. I'm a rehabber, which is a fix and flipper. Okay. I'm into rentals too. Obviously, that's to build the cash flow, the passive income. That's what's going to build your retirement ultimately. And of course, I have what they would call short-term rentals, which is Airbnbs now. So
that's hot now.
Yeah. It's hot right now. I wanted to see what it was about. It's doing pretty well.
Okay. Okay.
So those are the things I'm into in real estate. Anything that's about investing. If I don't have to spend my own money, I would rather use the money that I make from my money to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you really, because I follow a lot of real estate, like Jay Morrison, the Grant Cardones, right? And I hear a lot of people say, you could get into real estate, you don't need no money, you don't need no credit. Is that for real? Because I just feel like, come on, you need some type of credit. You need something. Like what's your take on that?
Like I said, I didn't follow that pattern.
Okay.
I live in the real world. Okay. In the
real world,
in America, I don't know nobody that give you something. Now, like I said, can you, to answer that question, yes. Is it a harder path? Yeah. Like I always tell people that when you don't have no money, we all in this room never had any money. We know what it's down like to be, fucked up. Like
facts. And
it was hard.
Yeah.
When you don't have no money, don't nobody want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. You don't have nothing. So
yeah.
I always tell having money helps you. But I'm the guy too that believe that you have to do certain things before you, like, let's say you don't have any money, you don't have no money, you don't have no credit. For me, to me, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
You have no business getting in real estate.
Okay. So fix that
part first.
Okay.
Then get into real estate. But many people not gonna tell you that because they're trying to sell you a dream. Like you get what I'm saying?
Because you go to these workshops.
I don't do it. And I understand. I'm sure I miss out on a lot of money on that when it comes to coaching and stuff. But I'm okay with that because I know you will be a problem.
Yeah. You rather keep it real.
But I always ask people this. If you can get in real estate with really no money and no nothing, then why Jay Morrison them not doing it? Why the Grant Cardone's not doing it? Why do they have money now? Why are they spending money on marketing and all that?
Yeah.
Why? Because you need money. Yeah. If you know that formula work, wouldn't you keep doing that same exact formula?
No, you're right.
But they don't. They get a little bit of money, then guess what happened? They put money into the business to help them expand. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you do need some form of money. And if you don't have the money, then you have to do a lot of lead work. You have to do a lot of driving for dollars. You have to do a lot of networking, to build your capital. But it's harder to do it that way. Yeah. And I don't want to try to tell you to do it that way because it is harder.
So are you against wholesaling? Because I know you said driving for dollars. I know lots of times.
I'm not against wholesaling. I just don't think on the mindset of a wholesaler, though. I do understand, they're needed in the business, but, just like any other thing, I'm a rehabber, so I speak from a rehabber perspective.
Okay.
So, like I like to tell people this, and I read this in the book. Just like you're happy with buying it, there's a person equally or even more happy selling it to you. And don't you ever forget that. So when you got a wholesaler that's wholesaling you something, then they say, I got this great deal. If it was such a great deal, why they're not buying it?
Yeah. Exactly. No, I feel you. I feel you.
Do your numbers.
Yeah.
That's it. But no, I'm a rehabber. I'm a landlord and stuff
Okay.
like that. But no, I skip past wholesaling now.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think getting in the game of real estate, do you need to be a real estate agent? What made you just go to do the investor part? We're not, because I want to get into real estate. I work at a call center, and I'm just trying to get away from the whole call center life.
Right.
And I wanted to be a real estate agent first, so I could just learn about terminologies and stuff like that.
Right.
So, what do you think about that?
No, you could be you don't have to be a real estate agent.
Okay.
I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not licensed, and but for me, like I said, that's each individual basis. Some people, I tell people that being an agent helps you because you have access to a thing called the MLS, which is the multiple listing system.
Okay.
And then also too, you get the list your own deals, right? You get to keep 3% for yourself and obviously give out 3% to somebody else. But I tell people that's another hat I would have to wear. I don't want to be an agent. I don't want to be in the process of having to show home. I'm already buying it and rehabbing it. Damn, I have to sell it too. I'm not that greedy.
You
know what I'm saying? I would delegate that task to someone else. And also too, just being honest, I know I do a lot of stuff underneath the table in the business.
Okay.
And then I know that would intervene with having a license.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, nah.
So you have relationships with real estate agents versus you wanted to go down that
field. Yeah. I'd rather do that.
Okay.
But that's like I said, I won't tell nobody not to be it. You do whatever you want to do. That's just my preference on.
Okay.
But you don't have to be. No.
Okay. I feel you. So, you say you have rentals and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Do you think it's important for you to get property management, or do you handle that yourself?
No. I mean, it depends on how many units you have. And it depends on where they are. Like, if you have a house in Indiana or Ohio, obviously you're gonna need somebody to manage it. Because you're an absentee owner, what they would call absentee owner. You live someone else in another state or something like that, another address. And so it would make sense then. But if they are locally, like, not really. You can hire a company to hide your face, and they can deal directly with the company, so it does look better. But it all depends on how many units you have. If of course, if you start getting in double digits, triple digits,
quads, stuff like that.
Yeah, you would definitely need it at that point because it'd be just way too much to manage. But 2 or 3, you can handle those yourself.
Okay, but do you have any bad landlord stories? Because I've heard when they know it's you, they kind of give you more pushback when it comes to rent and this and that.
No, because I never tell them that I'm the landlord. To this day, my tenants, I know I'm the landlord.
For real? So how'd that go? How that? Explain that to me.
Oh, well, I don't go pick up rent. I don't go pick them up. They send it to a P.O. box.
Mm-hmm. So who does your process to even interview them to get in there? To get in there?
Oh, So normally with that, a lot of my rentals are in condos. So the condo association does that part.
Smart.
Yeah. So I got in the condo game because most people don't like condos because they don't like dealing with associations, and they are a bitch. I just had to pay somebody a healthy price because I missed some months and whatever. But that's part of the business. But that's the great part about them. Is that they do all that process. I don't have to do that. They fill out the application and all that stuff, so they do the screening.
Okay, that's smart. I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? So what made you go into the condo versus single family home?
I have single family, but I like condos better.
What made you go down that route?
Because condos, it's a mindset, right? So we talked about mindset. Have you ever lived in a condo, apartment building?
Yeah.
All right. So when you go into your condo, you don't think about buying a house.
True.
Condo, you automatically think rent. So I want my tenants going into the place every day thinking about rent.
Okay.
If you're going into my single family house, now you're thinking, I can't wait to get my own house.
Okay, that's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
That's what's up, yo.
Yeah. So
what about Section 8?
I didn't have to, but it's needed. Yeah, it's needed. I understand why, but no, I don't really do the Section 8 though. I didn't because I just didn't have to. Like a lot of my tenants, I inherited some of my tenants. So I bought the place, it was already rented out to a long-term tenant.
Yeah,
which is what I like. A couple of them I had to find my own, and that's sweet and that's cool because if I rehab it or something like that, they love the place a lot of times. But no, I had pretty good luck with finding people that work simply because the application process that you have to put on. Now you have people that do come to me like, hey, I have a voucher, are you accepting anything? And no, I just don't have no openings usually at the time they ask me. So yeah, but if I get like I'm always buying, so I'll be open to it. It'd be interesting to see how that process works. I would love to tell a bad story about it. Yeah.
So what's your take on like networking? Like how big is it play in this field that you're in?
Oh, you always have to network, and that was part of the mindset that I had to get out of. Growing up in the hood, you get clowned. If I came up to anybody, I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm Terrence. And like, who is this guy? Like, I would just look like a clown. I would look soft. So it's a level of weakness in the hood when you're friendly. So you always have to have your guard up. You got to meme up, like, you ain't going to try me. Because a lot of time we've been traumatized, whether, we either been tried or attempted to be robbed or something like that. So it's always that guard up. So I had to learn to get out of my own way and network and be friendly and put on that smile for people. And, like I said, just get out of my own way. So networking is like 90-something part of the business.
Okay.
Because that's how you get your houses. Like, you can sit behind your computer. You got people that do that.
Yeah.
You got people that sit behind their computer all day and look for houses and stuff like that. But I don't. I'm always getting out networking because I'm a rehabber.
Okay.
So when people see that, people want to work with you. And then when they see your houses, it open up other doors. Now, other people with their personal homes, they see your work. They like, wow, you did an amazing job on that house. Could you do something like that for my house? And then now that can help you build your own construction team. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to use the guys that you comfortable with and you're going to put them on a house. You feel me? So, yeah, so you always have to network. Networking is key. If you don't network, you might as well just forget about your business.
Yeah, like, exactly. I tell people that all the time, man. Networking.
Yeah, even with social media, marketing, networking. Yeah, it's cool, but people want to know, are you a real person? You see what I'm saying?
So is that why you got into, because I heard you say you like luxury cars.
Yeah.
So is that a reason why you kind of went down that route, because you wanted to make sure you had the image of a good real estate investor?
No, it wasn't necessarily image. It's funny you would say that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people thought that when I first started. Like, number one, I've always been into cars.
Okay.
Growing up, like I said, just going back up to where we grew up in the hood. Like, you see don'ts, verts, bought Chevys. I've always been into that too, the rims and stuff. But and then a car passed by, me and my boys on the porch. That's my car. That's my car. That's my car. But Lamborghinis and Ferrari, that's always intrigued me simply because it was something that you didn't see every day. And I knew that it stated that it made a statement that you, I won't say above everyone, but you worked harder than everyone else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I always been into that, but I didn't discuss that with people around me because people would be like, man, that shit ain't nothing, man. It's a don't round the corner, and I always just thought bigger than where I was at, but I didn't know. I didn't know that. I couldn't relay that to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't gonna get it.
His mindset wasn't on that.
Nah, it wasn't, because I knew I was exposed to a little bit more. Like say in high school, like I don't know if you was like that, but I remember just priding myself on not dating the girl that went to my school.
Why?
Because I don't know why. It was just always, my girlfriend go to this school and she's smart, and it was just always that. So I always dated women that lived in a nicer area. Okay. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
They went to better schools, what you saying?
They went to better schools.
Okay.
Because it was just like a status. I don't know why. I can't tell you why I was really like
image
that.
So image does play a part.
Yeah, it does. But that's not the reason why I did it. I did it. I needed to get in that circle.
Networking back again.
Yeah. Okay, while people, like I said, thought one thing, people thought I was playing checkers, but I was really playing chess.
Yeah.
So that's how I know so many people worth so much money. Like, like I have people on my phone, like I've been in their houses and came to my baby shower. You know what I'm saying? That's like
no, that's really important.
Worth like 300 million, 400 million people. That's like one of my guys. He's worth about 700 million. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate those relationships because I know that I'm from the hood. I ain't supposed to know ain't not supposed to know nobody like that. Yeah. But
that's the mindset that the hood would make you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't supposed to be here.
Nah, I mean, according to statistics. Right? Yeah. Like, so, so that's the reason why I did it. Okay. And like I said, it just.
So are you leasing or are you buying?
What?
Your whips.
Oh, nah. They belong to me. But
okay. No. Not
it's
like
a way
wrong
to
with
do
leasing.
It. No, I'm off of leasing. No, I would if it's any other car, like the Lexus you saw, that's a lease. Like I'm not gonna buy no damn car. Like you crazy. Yeah. But it's a strategy for those cars. Mm-hmm. It's a strategy.
So you buy the luxurious cars, but your day-to-day car you lease that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, it's still a strategy because remember leasing cars. Like day-to-day cars come with a certain amount of miles, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's like 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, right? Those high-end cars don't come with that. They like 2,500.
Okay.
$5,000 a year. Where you gonna drive at? You ain't gonna have time to really enjoy it. But remember, those people that own those cars have multiple cars anyway. Normally, or always traveling outside the country, or that's not their day-to-day cars. You know what I'm saying? Which is not mine. So I got into the exotic car world industry because I just started to play a game that I'm seeing the people of different cultures play. I don't complain about it. I just see what they doing. That's what they doing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do the same thing, but I'm gonna just do it my way, if that makes sense.
No, I feel you.
So but like I said, that's why guys would switch out of certain cars, right? So I have guys that had a Ferrari 488, then they got a Lamborghini Aventador, then they got a Porsche GT2 RS, then they got a Lamborghini SV, then they got an SVJ, now they got an SVJ Roadster. It's just this constant thing. But when you're not in that world, you don't understand that part of the business. Now, you will have to put down a lot of money, but I'm used to putting down a lot of money because for a house. I did a video on that, like, the house is the wifey, the cars are the whores. So it's the way you use them.
Okay.
You have to use them as a tool. So that's what I do. So my day-to-day car, I drive my Camaro SS. Don't nobody bother me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if I pull up in my Ferrari or my Maybach, it's totally different than at that point. But my cars make me money, just like my rentals. I got nice-ass rentals, like beautiful. You be like, man. So I don't fall in love with it. I turned the liability into an asset. That's just like it.
That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I just play a different game. I make my money off passive income. So I do understand that, like, we as a culture, black, we are some of the biggest consumers. Correct. I don't complain about that. I don't say, oh man, we got to do this. Nah, I don't do that. I just lead by example. I just do me. And if you want to roll, you will ask. If you're not, then it's cool. Like with or without you, it's gonna get done. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, if they playing that game, why can't I play that game?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So with flipping Jordans, I didn't. We would pay $400 for Jordans to get them early. Okay, if Cool J's could do it, if Simons can do it, why can't I do it? Yeah. So, okay, you know what? They charging you $400, I'm going to charge you $360 for them. I'm going to look out, but I'm going to still get me. Yeah. So, okay, and then I know we love to brag about how much we pay for stuff. Yeah. So why not get on that side of it? You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, like, you can help people. You want to help them, but also you want to make some money. You got to think outside. You can't put emotions always into it. You got to learn to capitalize the way other people capitalize.
Exactly.
So I learned to do the same thing.
That's smart, man. I definitely feel you on that. So to a homeowner, right? Somebody purchasing their first single-family home. Would you consider that an asset or a liability?
So repeat that again. Repeat that.
Somebody who's going to be purchasing their first home.
First home. Okay, first home. Right, right.
3-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
Right.
The American dream. Get your house, get married. Would you think that what they just did, is that an asset or a liability?
My opinion. I always got to say my opinion because, you like it's different stuff. Yeah. Now, one thing I would say is I don't recommend buying any home.
Okay.
None. Now.
So you got the Grant Cardone philosophy.
Oh, before Grant Cardone, I didn't even before him. I knew that.
Okay.
Because of the numbers. Like I do what the numbers say do. Like it has to make sense.
So why wouldn't you recommend buying a home? Somebody who's excited, who just got married.
Because you just see what you just said. You everything you described was an emotion. You buying off of emotion.
Okay.
So that's different. If you saying for a business aspect, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I can't compete with that when you say my wife wants this house. My kids want this house. You understand what I'm saying? Now I can't give you that advice because you just put emotions into it. You just said that if I don't do this, my wife may leave me. Yeah. If I don't do this, my kids won't have a stable place to go. I don't want my kids bouncing around from place to place. I got to support you on that, dog. You feel me?
So you understand.
Because you're coming from a different perspective. But if I'm telling you, nah, hey, man, buy this, do this, you know, from a business perspective, it does not make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
I always tell people, wherever you buy your first house, rent it, buy your second house. Buy and live in your. If you that hard on buying a house and living in it, just buy and live in the second house. Or I tell people this: if you're real estate agent, if you're going through a real estate agent to purchase a house, which most people 90%,
most people do. Yeah.
If they don't tell you an exit strategy, that's not a real estate agent for you because you need an exit strategy. You should have an exit strategy.
You mean getting out of that home? That first home that you buy?
Yeah.
Why you say that? Because
a house is not meant to stay in 30 years and pass down from generation to generation. We think that, but nah. Land is good to pass down. Houses is meant for another family to enjoy the same way you enjoyed the house.
Okay.
Your job is to get in and out of that property and make you some money. That's the only way real estate, I won't say only, that's one of the few ways real estate becomes an asset is when you buy it. When the market crashed, you bought it for $100,000. Now the market is up, it's worth $300,000. That's $200,000 in equity. That is your lottery. You don't have to play the lottery. You don't have to do none of that. Your house, all the money is in your house. Okay. If you could just get out your own way and sell your house, but most people, now I got to find another place to live. But do the same exact thing. Okay.
So you don't recommend taking the equity out and buying another home? You saying sell the house?
It depends on how you want to do it. Okay. Right? Because remember, the equity goes up to 80% refinance. Now, depending on your current situation, which is your income, your job, your credit score, all these different factors plays into that because the bank is not going to leverage 100% of the house. They're still going to keep you there. So they'll say, okay, we'll refinance you up to 80% of the LTV, which is the loan to value on a house. So then they deduct what you owe versus what it's worth and then give you the rest of the money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that can be anything. Like, I only could give you an example. I did a speaking engagement. A couple asked me what I think they should do to their duplex. Duplex, I can't remember what it was. They stayed in one side, they rented out the other.
Okay.
They said it's going up. I said, okay, cool. Sell your house. Sell it.
The value of the home is going up.
Yeah, it went up from the time that they bought it. I told them to sell it. They said they wanted to refinance, and they gave me the numbers. I can't remember it, but they told me in the class. I did it right there in front of them with my spreadsheet. I said, well, here, this is what you would make. Oh, but I don't need that much money. I don't know why we always say that, but that's common. So I was like, okay, all right. Then it became this thing. And I was like, look, dude, you asked me a question. I gave you a fucking answer.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to debate me about the answer that I gave you.
Yeah.
And I'm just, bro.
Either you take it or leave it.
Bro, do what the hell you want to do. I don't give a fuck. It's not my house. I don't stay there.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of got a little agitated. And then they came to my class and I asked them, I was like, man, how did the refinance go? The wife put her head in her hand. He like, man, I should have did what you said. I should have sold that shit.
So they took the money and bought some
because they didn't get as much money as they thought they was gonna get.
Oh,
all the processing and the fees and all the other that I do know. I mean, that's not my job to tell you that. I mean, your job is to figure that part out. I told you to play though.
Yeah.
But if you refinancing and you make $100,000, you get $100,000. But if you sell it, you get $200,000. I don't see what the debate is. But like I said,
well, I guess it's people wanting to have a place to stay.
Finding a place ain't never been hard.
Yeah.
It's ever been difficult for you to find a place?
Not really, no.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's emotions.
Yeah.
People make it more difficult than it already is.
Yeah.
Like I said, if somebody's selling a house, there's a person equally or even more happy selling it to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not that difficult. So if you got $200,000, and let's say you want a $500,000 house now, and you put down 10%, which is a heavy price, but let's say that's $50,000 out of the $200,000 you got. You still got $150,000, which you could go buy whatever assets you want, and you continue to leverage the bank. And when you build a relationship with the bank, it don't matter about your credit score at that point. People don't even know that.
Okay.
When you do so much business with the bank, they throw your credit score out of the door. They do a thing called relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like I said, for me, I tell people do what you want to do. From a business aspect, it doesn't. But I'm sure there will be people that would say he's an idiot. Buy your house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I won't argue with that neither.
Yeah.
All I tell people
gotta
go look at the numbers. Numbers never lie.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay, now I feel you. So being as you're a black man, you know what I'm saying, successful or whatever the case may be. With the banks, I heard you mention the banks or whatever.
Right.
Did you ever feel like you've gotten any kickback? Because I know there's something that was called redlining. You know what I'm saying? Where they would not want to give us same opportunities that they would give
To the black?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
Did you ever
with you.
experience that?
This may be ignorant on my part. So let me preface my comments by saying this could be a very ignorant statement.
Okay. I respect that.
I don't know when I'm in red line. I don't know when I'm facing racism. I'm so used to it, if it is, that I don't know when I'm treated unfairly.
You're so used to racism, or you're so
like not gonna say racism, like somebody denied me something. I can't say. I don't know. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I just know when people be nice to me and smile in my fucking face. I don't know. But what I'm saying, I'm so used to the field being unfair, just growing up in the hood and being black, that when it is unfair, I'm so used to it being unfair.
You just look for another route.
I just look for another route.
Okay.
So I can't say I've been denied alone because I'm black. I don't know. You see what? Because I've really been denied. When I made my first $1 million, somebody gave that to me.
Could you hold on? Somebody gave it to you.
Yeah, somebody gave it.
To you?
Like I had a private money lender give me $1 million.
Okay.
And they wasn't black.
Okay.
They did business with me because they liked me and they liked my ambition and my charisma, and they liked the fact that I never talked about it was in it for me. I talked about what's in it for them.
Okay.
Because I knew it was in it for me. I just need to get somebody on board. I know that it has been more people on the other side of the track that have helped me than people that look like me. But I don't think that people that look like me didn't want to help me. I don't think that they knew how to help me.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I feel you.
You understand what I'm saying?
So you don't think it was no type of hate?
Well, I'm sure some of that.
Yeah.
But I don't focus on that.
Yeah.
Just looking back on it, I don't think they knew how to help me. Because my vision just been different from everybody else's vision.
Okay.
You understand?
No, I get what you're saying.
Like, so
that'd be the sad part about it too, because even when I was getting into real estate, I received more assistance from the other side than people.
But when you grow up on this side, you think that it's us versus them. That's what we are taught.
Yeah.
But I remember the first time somebody on the other side that was successful, didn't owe me anything, invited me in their home. Oh man, come to my house. You would want this black kid come to your house? Really? So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe he on some funny shit. I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm trying to rationalize.
Yeah, you're trying to get it.
I'm trying to understand why he invited me to his house. Because where we from, we don't let nobody come to our house.
Shit like that don't
happen. In our space. You know what I'm saying? So it's been that. So I can't say. All I tell people is, besides being black, we know what it's like. Are you going to get certain opportunities that other cultures may get if they help their own? Maybe not. But it's better not having nothing at all. If you're willing to give me 30, okay, you gave that person 60%, but you only giving me 30. That's unfair. But let me take this 30 because it's still more than what I had, and I'm gonna take my 30. I'm gonna multiply this, and then I'm gonna try to help my people. So that's what I'm used to doing. If there's anything there.
So are you big on like getting the knowledge and helping your people? Or are you just
that's one reason why I charge $150. I mean, I know I'm below market on a lot of stuff, but
you charge $150 for what?
For my class.
Okay,
it's $150.
The one you having next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at the SLS. I mean, I have to pay for that shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm putting you in an establishment where it's success and it's money around, and I want you around that. I started out in Starbucks for free.
Your class?
Yeah, it was free. You know what I'm saying? All I ever told people is because they let me to do this here, buy coffee. Oh, I don't drink coffee. It's not about whether you drink coffee or not. Just buy it, because they allowing this guy to use their establishment to feed you some knowledge. So it got to the point where I had to buy the coffee for people.
Okay.
But I realized that's not value. I realized that people don't. As crazy as this sound, when I first dropped my first real estate course, I did it for $39.
Okay.
$39. I taught you the game. It moved, but it moved now. It moved more now that a course is $500. People rather pay more because it's like it's no way you giving me $39. You could teach me to be where you at for $39.
Yeah. No, I feel what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mindset.
So it's mindset. So I do understand. I'm trying to put you with some money at, where some real money at, and understand it's gonna take time. I'm not gonna teach you to flip a house tomorrow. It's a process. It's a process. It take 30 to 45 days to close on a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To buy and to sell it. So that right there is 90 days.
So what value do you think you're bringing to your workshop? Because I've been to a lot of workshops, and when you go, they give you a little bit of information, and they tell you, well, if you sign up, give me $20,000. I'm gonna teach you the game. What makes your workshop different from all of those workshops?
Because I've been to a lot of workshops like yours, and I got tired of hearing the same thing, which is the reason why that I give as much information as I give. I give you everything. I want you to walk out. I'm going to tell you what happens a lot of times, and this is exactly what I tell people. I set the tone. If I tell people you could get past cursing and swearing, I'm your guy. If you okay with cursing and you okay with some swearing, I'm that dude.
You're that dude.
Now, this is what I tell people. You're going to come in here, you're going to learn everything. You're going to take a lot of notes, and you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. And then you're going to get home and you ain't going to do shit. And I'm telling you ain't going to do shit so you can feel bad about yourself, and you still not going to do shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you the information anyway. And I give you way more because I want your brain on overload. I want you to be like, goddamn Terrence. I want you to talk, even if you don't do shit, I want you to talk good about it, because there'll be somebody else that usually comes in that they will tell, hey, man, you got to go to this workshop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give you everything. I give you a step-by-step process, but it's all legwork. It's nothing to do behind a computer.
Yeah. So why do you think people don't do shit when they get the information?
It's because people idea of this is too hard. I became successful in this business because I said that I'm not going to focus on money. Money is not going to determine whether I'm successful in this business or not. But see, that's what people do. They put the money. They look for the money. Once the money don't come, they quit.
Yeah.
So because I knew that, I asked myself, am I okay with not getting paid? Terrence, I looked myself in the mirror. Terrence, are you okay with not being paid to do this?
But you still had your 9 to 5.
No.
Hold on.
That's when I quit my job.
So you quit your job?
I quit my job. I started real estate 2014. I quit my job 2016. I didn't make no money 2016.
So what you was living off of?
I saved my money.
Okay.
I took my retirement funds.
Your 401k.
My 401k, which everybody called me stupid as fuck for.
Yeah.
Everybody called me stupid for that. But I took $50,000. I put $50,000 to my homeboy. I bought $34,000 real estate program. So when people tell me investing money in something,
hold on. You bought a $34,000
real estate program. I still got the
program?
receipt for that to this day.
Shit.
I was $84,000 in a hole at one point, and the only person that knew that was my girl, because I couldn't lie to her because I knew what I did would affect her immediately. But my grandma didn't know that, my mama didn't know that, nobody, because I didn't want nobody judging me or clouting that what I did was a scam or they stealing from me or this, because I knew I made the right decision. But I knew I would be a millionaire too. That I did know. And I acted as if I was. No matter if I didn't make a fucking dime, I went and I acted as if I was a millionaire. And I always tell people, don't nobody know unless you run your goddamn mouth.
Yeah. So you put yourself into character.
Yeah.
Okay.
However you see yourself in 5 years, that's where you got to be. You know how many times I went to Lamborghini Miami and just stared at that? I built a relationship with Brett David, which is the owner of them. Like, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Way before you had the bread to buy.
Way before I had the bread to buy it. He didn't know I didn't have no money. He didn't know that.
Yeah. But
I went and I talked to him. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to get this. I'm just doing some shopping around right now. I'm sure he knew that, okay, when this guy going to buy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I never acted as like, well, I ain't got that. That's too much money for me. Too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
I took out all those little things we used to say in the hood, and I left that shit. Like, you know, it's like an endearment. Boy, I see you, boy. You got that bread. Nah, man, I ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
Nah, I let you have that.
Yeah.
I let you have that. So I just developed the same thing. I never heard one of my guys when I say, well, I see you with your nice car, man. I love it. I never heard him say, I'm like, I don't have it. Yeah. They say, oh, thank you. They take I learned to take compliments. I take the compliment. I say, man, thank you. You know, I do pretty okay for if I want to be modest, I just say I do pretty okay for myself and my family. Yeah. But just know you can too. And I just leave it like that.
Because you speak in an affirmation, and a lot of people don't realize, like, the words that you use in your thought process has a lot with what you would actually manifest. You know what I'm saying? But explain this whole thing with debt, because you put yourself in debt. Yeah. Is there a such thing as a good debt and bad debt?
That was good debt for me.
Why you say that?
Because I bought into something that was tangible.
But you didn't know if it was going to bring you any type of return.
It didn't matter to me.
Okay.
It didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me because I was like 28 at the time. I can't retire till I'm 65, dog. I'm too much of a hustler. I know I will make that money some way, somehow. Okay. I was okay. I would rather brag about losing 50 grand than saying that I didn't do it at all.
So you knew you was going to make it back?
Yeah, because I knew I knew I had to pay the cost to be the boss. You get what I'm saying? Like, I gave $50,000 to my homeboy who was already in real estate. So I didn't know at the time. He treated me as a partner, but I was really a lender. Okay? I lended him my money, and while I lended him my money, he helped diversify my portfolio, right? Now, he didn't really, I won't say he sucked at teaching it, but he put me in the environment. Yeah. Okay? Then, because I didn't have any foundation, I seen a program. I said, I'm going to buy into this program. I wouldn't recommend nobody else to do it because I felt like I was a sacrificial lamb for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know exactly what it is. Yeah. But I was in a real estate class, and I'm looking around, and there's nobody that looked like me. Nobody. Everybody in there, me and my girl, we was the youngest black people in the building. And if they were black, if it was a couple of blacks, they damn sure didn't look like us. They was one of them other people that looked like they read the terms and conditions. So what I told the wifey, I said, babe, she'll tell you this. She sat on the left of me. I said, babe, what you think about me doing this? She was like, babe, it's whatever you want to do, babe. Like, you already put up 50, you did this. So she's talking to me rationally. Because once I'm the type of guy, I'm going to go off on the deep end with it. Yeah. Okay? So she's the one that will kind of like tell me back, like, babe, think about this. But I'm like, I'm doing the rebuttals. I'm like, babe, there ain't nobody black in here. This is why we behind, because we ain't doing this. I said, you know what? This what I'm going to do, babe. They the connect. What they selling is the kilo. I'm going to get the kilo, and I'm going to break it down to nickels and O's, and I'm going to serve it to my people. Okay. Because I know if we got $34,000, We finna go buy a bus down. We finna go buy a whip.
Yeah.
I seen it time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'm gonna make it to where if you young, you black, and you want to get in real estate, you gonna have to come fuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to study the Jay Morrisons of the world, and you know, I met Grant. I met him a couple times, but I knew about Grant Cardone after I got in the business. But before I got in the business,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, you know, like Jay Morrison, like the big, because he was on World Star.
Yeah. You know,
So I looked at what he was doing, but it was a lot of. I knew it was a lot of smoke and mirrors. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because being from the hood, I know it. I'm always skeptical. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, and it still is.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I was 84 grand in the hole, and I built the multi-million-dollar portfolio because it forced me to make that money back. At least I gotta make. But I knew if I made the money back, I'm gonna learn so much stuff during the process.
Mm-hmm.
So once I said, okay, are you okay with not getting no money? What I channeled as success during that time frame was meeting people, right? So let's say I met you today, Sunday, 2:00. I know if I had to work, I had to be to work on Sunday at 4.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I'm still talking to this dude at 4:00, I know that's success because I knew I was supposed to be somewhere else. So I know I was supposed to be here. So to me, that was success. So I put my energy into people. The more people I met, the more successful I knew I would be. I just had to find the right people. I had to go through a lot of people.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Of course.
But that was the success. I knew money was going to come. Because in business, you cannot be denied. You won't be denied. When you're too resilient, you will start to believe that shit. You have to trick yourself into believing that. So once everybody else bought in, I knew I was straight.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, damn. My coaching session, 150. I remember being scared. How much your coach said? 150. Like Charlie told me this. I'm trying 150. 150. Who gonna pay me? Man, that's lawyer prices. Lawyers charge that. First person bought. Oh, how do I pay? I ain't even have a pay. I ain't have Cash App. I ain't have none of that stuff. I'm like, oh, you can pay in cash. When we met up at Starbucks, gave them the game. That was it, and that built up my confidence. I'm like, people are willing to pay me to teach them this shit. Yeah. Really?
And you ain't got no degree,
no degree, no nothing. So that was it. But you know, that was it.
So clearly, you understand the objective of taking risks. So what would you say to somebody that wants to get into the game but they don't like taking risks?
You got to take risks. Got to bet on you all day, every day. All day, every day. But I do understand it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So when people be like, "Oh, everybody can't do that," I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to you.
Facts.
I'm not talking to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I do understand everybody not gonna get it. Like everybody believe in themselves to some extent.
Yeah.
Everybody believes in themselves. Most people are confident enough in themselves. Just naturally, they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just channeling that to the masses, getting past that. He's really not like that. I know him. You know the high school me. But you don't know, like my family, they know me as Terry. I'm Terry. That's Terry, man. That's my brother. That's my nephew. Nephew, come in. Like they don't know Terrence, the real estate investor. Yeah. They don't know that guy. Now when they start to see, like, they come around my space, they're like, oh snap. But it's not never like teach me. It's you got all this. Let me hold something. You know what I'm saying? So I learned to just be I learned to be the person that people know.
Yeah.
I go around my homeboys. I'm not talking about real estate. We arguing about sports and all that. But just know when I get in my car and I leave, when I shut the door, that's where that conversation stays.
Okay.
You know?
So you still got homeboys that's not in the same.
Yeah. None of my homeboys in this. None of my homeboys. Nobody that I knew before this is into the business that I'm in, despite my level of success.
Well,
nobody.
Wow.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
So do you think that's a way to keep you humble?
Yeah.
Or you just?
Yeah, I just don't. People will resent you for it. People will resent you for it. Like, people was what you say. I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, nah. I just learn to celebrate people. Like, if you buy a 2012, I'm just using a car as an example. It's just if you buy a 2012 Mazda, I'm gonna be happy for you. I'm gonna be like, man, oh, that thing nice. But most people know if they around me, I like my girl tell me like, boy, people can't hang around you, they'll go broke. Because I'm the guy that I want you with the best, like me.
Yeah.
Like
you want to be a good influence.
Yeah. If we gonna go and get a Camaro, get the SS. Why are we looking at the base model? Like that's stupid.
Yeah.
Let them tell you that's what you got to settle for, but we gonna go in here with the mindset that we gonna walk away with this, and you'll be surprised what you walk away with if you ask. You have not because you ask not.
Yeah. So you do try to drop jewels here and there. You just don't force it on them.
Yeah, if they welcome it.
Yeah.
I don't just go off the dome with it.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Because it started to be like if I was myself, the real estate investor around them all the time, they wouldn't be my friends anymore.
Because they're not at that mindset.
Because they're not at that mindset.
Yeah. It starts to become intimidating. Who this nigga think he is?
You know what I'm saying? And I know they good, genuine people. That's the thing. Like, people are like, well, why don't you just cut them off? No, because I know they good, genuine people. They just don't have the mindset that I have. Like, so if I fuck with you, I gotta fuck with you all the way with it. We all are flawed people.
Yeah, of course.
So I gotta fuck with the whole you. I can't fuck with this take what I want to take from you. If I'm a friend, I got to get the whole you. Yeah. I got to get the good and the bad. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Nobody trying to rob me. They ain't nobody stealing from me. You know, like, now that's something different. But simply because they don't have the mindset that I have, I'm supposed to cut them off. Nah. Yeah. Nah, I feel good. People are just hard to find. I know some of them are good people. They just rather work for somebody. They just rather, you know, live modest. Yeah. They rather, you know, and that's fine.
But I think, you know, something that I experienced getting into like entrepreneurship and stuff like that and trying to run my own business. I'm not going to lie. Like, when you meet people and their personalities become toxic or it clashes, sometimes that could be a little bit difficult to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I think some people might see the issues that might come with getting in certain industries, and that's why they rather stay with the 9-to-5 or keep it simple. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they might not be built for what comes with that lifestyle. So do you think the streets or however you grew up helped you be able to deal with that?
Yeah. I learned how to hustle in Overtown. I was raised in, I was born in my North Shore, raised in Carroll City, Myrtle Grove, and my mom moved to Overtown. My mom got her first place. It's in Overtown. Overtown was a different beast. Yeah. Like, that shit was night and day. Like, Carroll City was considered the suburbs at one point, like, and for Miami. You know what I'm saying? Then to move to Overtown, where it was drugs and it was killings and it was this. Like, I seen a guy get his head blown off right in front of me. I was like, shit, 9 years old. But nobody ran. Nobody ran. You know what I'm saying? The guy came looking for me. Yeah, the guy came looking for me. He gave my mom $200. He was like, hey, man, what little dude that be out here? What you looking for my baby for? And I just want to talk to him, you know, whatever. Because he was so intimidating. My mom was like, he right here, but what you need with my boy? Oh, he going to be right back. And then dude like, hey, man, man, you got heart, man. Like, I like you, you know, Man, here goes some money. Like, the most money I've ever seen at $200. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The same nigga who
that just killed the dude. He came and looking for me. Because when the police came, I didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he knew that I was built different. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then it was more so like, where you go to school at? What you want to do? You know, and you from Carroll City, huh? Oh, okay. I fought with some niggas out there. Like, this is, which I thought he was a grown man, but he was actually like 17. Okay. But being 9 years old, everybody looked grown in you. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And like, you know, I'm gonna teach you how to hustle. He didn't teach me how to sell no drugs or nothing, but he was just like,
gave you the mindset.
He gave me the mindset on like, man, what you like doing? Trading baseball cards was huge. Collecting baseball cards. He showed me, oh man, you want to buy you a little pack, and then you want to sell it to people, and it was like that. So he broke down like the drug game to me, but on something else. Baseball. But it was like cool. And then he was like, I'm gonna check on you now. Make sure you get you some money this week. And I remember I was just so I knew it was cool, but he was so intimidating too at the same time. Like, if I didn't do what he say, he might kill me.
Yeah.
Even though, I know now he didn't mean that.
Yeah,
but
that's what you were thinking.
I felt at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to piss this dude off. Like, I got to go out and make some money.
So you was out there grinding.
So I was out there. I learned to pump people gas for money.
The what?
Yeah.
So I was gas for money.
Yeah. So I was staying at the gas station on 20th Street. Can't remember what Ave it was, but I do remember it being 20th Street. And I would be like at I don't know if it was Marathon. I can't remember. The gas stations look raggedy.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Then it looked beautiful like a Chevron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, hey, how you doing? I'm Terrence. Can I pump your gas for money? And I remember a lady was like, stop saying pump your gas for money. If you're gonna do it, you need to do it. And if they want to give you money, give you money. I was like, well, I'm trying to, get some food. I ain't, not thinking about it. I probably sound like some little homeless jit. Yeah. But it was like that. And then they'll give me like $1, $2. So I'll be out there all day long. And I'll make like $25.
That's a lot back then.
Oh, man. Was it, man?
Yeah.
Like, I used to ride my bike to Jackson to go to McDonald's over there to get a Big Mac because I love the sauce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The sauce was different from the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So how important do you think that mentality, do you instill that into your son? Because I know you have a son, right?
Yeah, but you know what? My son.
I mean, not that same way.
My son, he a saver. He's a saver. He would save his money.
Okay.
But because my kids didn't grow up in survival, they don't have a hustler spirit.
So do you think that's gonna be a detriment towards them?
It's just like any other kids. They like YouTube. My daughter is 16. She's into her friends and fashion, and she's a spender. You get what I'm saying? So I try to implement certain things into them, but I do understand it takes time. My daughter started selling candy in school, but she didn't like the business because I ran it like a real business. I was like, come home, you got to do your inventory, you got to write down, you got to what is your profit and loss statement. Like, I broke it down really tedious, and then I could tell she didn't like that because she stopped doing it. Like, I don't like
kids.
this. I don't like. Even though she made money, she didn't like that part of it, and I'm like, this part is the most important part of the business, which is the bookkeeping and and all that. And I'm like, then you can find out who's stealing from you. Then you can give your friends the work of the candy, and then you can give them a profit of the So now you don't have to be at one. Everybody don't have to come to you. Yeah, they go to your friend, and you supply them, and then and they make some money off something that they didn't have to buy. You get what I'm saying? So it was more so like that, but.
Okay.
I
think
really.
that's really important though.
Well, it is, but we were kids when our parents used to tell us something.
Yeah.
Get it. So now what I do a lot of times, because now I have some very successful friends, I tell them like, hey, man, other room, hey, deal with this, tell them this. Because I do know that they may take it better from them than they would me, because if it comes from me, it's still coming from daddy. Yeah. Don't matter. Like, Terrence, that's daddy to them. So he not taking my advice the same. Yeah. If I say something, daddy tripping, or he getting on me, and this and exactly. That,
Yeah. So I feel you, man. But last question. What do you think about investing in mobile homes? Because you ever heard of Bigger Pockets? Yeah. I was at one of their workshops, and there was a lady in there, and she looked like regular Joe Small, regular degular. Right. And she was like, yo, I own mobile parks. Right. And I was like, really? Right. And I didn't even know there was no money in that. Right. So did you ever go down that avenue? Like, what do you think about that?
No, I think everybody has to have a niche. It's a thing called a niche. That's their niche, is the mobile homes. I do believe what she said. She said she owned a what?
Like mobile parks.
Mobile home, mobile park. Two different things. Okay. She owns the park, not the home. See what I'm saying? Yeah. There's money in the park. Homes, mobile homes, there's no appreciation in the homes. There's no value. Like, it's not like a single family home. Okay. So they don't appreciate
over time.
Like
even
that.
if you fix it up, even if you do.
It's not like that. Okay.
So
So that's the reason why I decided not to get into it.
Okay.
But I do understand it's a niche.
Mm-hmm.
I do understand people do make money off of it and stuff like that, you know. But I take this more traditional, right? Fits in flipping, single family condos because it's easy. It's easier. But I will be open to a part, not the home.
Yeah,
you know, it some people do what their pockets can bear. It's a little cheaper too. At the same time, I won't say cheaper, less expensive.
Yeah, more cost effective.
Yeah, most cost effective. You know what I'm saying? So that works out. You know.
Okay.
You ain't never got to worry about putting $30,000 in a mobile home.
Yeah, exactly. Nah,
you can go forward you another mobile home with that.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, man. Yo, it was good to have you on, man.
Appreciate you.
Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Work Strive Grind on IG. Terrence Fulton with an E, not an A.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Fulton, Fulton on Facebook. Hustlers Workshop, Instagram, and those like my places. Okay. And from there, you can find out the events and stuff like that.
Okay. You said you got one next week.
Next week, yeah. It's once a month. It's once a month at the SLS Brickle. So even if you can't make this one, you could probably make a next one. But I'll tell people, come as many as you can because different topics, different things, and it's different classes.
Okay.
You know, you get what I'm saying? So we may be talking about one thing, one class, and you come another class, you think we're going to talk about that, but we talked about that last class.
Yeah.
And we just tend to switch it up because people do come to multiple of them.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out his workshop. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on,
appreciate
man.
you, man. Thank you so much, man.
I'm definitely going to try to slide through with one of them workshops because I definitely want to get into real estate. You know what I'm saying?
It's the place to be, bro.
I see you doing the mentorship. We got to holler at you about that.
You will love it. You will love it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I Talk Great, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, follow, hit that link down below. Yeah.